to Words Out podcast, where we tell you what's up and what's out in the world of poetry. My name is Sammy B. This is
KP Walker Jr.
And this is our special guest, Lady SYREN.
Lady SYREN.
Lady SYREN has been, oh my goodness. So I met her, I think at Funky Words last year. And I've been able to watch you in many features and things like that. And you just blow me away every time.
I think I met her at, what was that thing that IT, The Chosen did? I think I met you there. It was like way out in Philly, like in Southwest, I think, wasn't it?
That was the he had a mic. That was
I met you there. And you were phenomenal.
Thank
Phenomenal.
you. Humble.
Hey, you know what? I like, because you're one of my favorite folk artists. I got a lot of people up there in Paradise, James Ellaby, Lost Child. I love it from you because you know the thing.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's how I
That's a lot. But you're one of the other people too because just like them, you're very humble about your gift. And I remember we went to I told you were before that Greg Stills. Two lines. We were at 2 lines, and I'm not even paying attention. Because I'm used to you being just like in the room watching life, and you're just sitting in the chairs, just like eating chips or something. And you're like low in the cut, like you wouldn't know. And you did one thing that a lot of people don't do. You got up and said, I'm supposed to be at another event. So I'm going to spit, and I'm going to try to listen to a couple other people. But I apologize. And so many people just leave and don't say nothing. And you were kind of like, because you are a host, so you know how it is.
So just as a person, because I feel like as artists, we really thrive on energy. So if I'm putting out in the room, I'm also receiving. And I think it's selfish if you just, take from faith, but you don't really like all you want to do is give your performance. That's not the same thing as giving your presence and giving your time, So it was important for me. Like I want to go as early as I can, so this way I don't spit and run because I want to pay respect to at least a couple. As long as I got hold on, as long as I can, and then I got to dip. Now I actually would really like to know how, because I followed you for a while, but I think I followed you when you were already doing your thing. You were already hosting a couple of events. Mm-hmm. You were already featuring. Take me back to when Lady SYREN first was writing.
Ooh, well, first of all, I can't even take y'all back that far because I've been writing poetry and short stories and stuff before I knew what I was doing. I tell everybody it's in my blood. My biological mother used to write poetry and stuff. She was very creative and artistic. A lot of my sisters are poets or in their own right, they're writers and very creative and artistic. But I didn't get recognized for my poetry until middle school. My poem got selected to be among these that was displayed in the hallway or something. And I didn't actually start performing until 2008. I was too scared. I always wanted to, but I just could never get up the confidence to do so. And honestly, I want to say these last 3 years is when I really started honing in on my craft. I've grown so much. Me now, looking at me then, with the big pieces of paper that I just printed out. Sitting there shaking and stuff. It's wow, I barely recognize her, but she was trying. It was okay. So I really have been writing all my life. And the birth of Lady SYREN actually took place in 9th grade. We gotta talk about how long it was. But it was as long ago as it was. And we were, of course, in the Greek mythology section of my English class, and we learned about the sirens. And I was like, first of all, I just love the name siren. Didn't approve of, what sirens is about, but it's not my fault that the man was so allured. Y'all steered your ship right into the rocks. I mean, and look, we deep dive on that. In any case,
I love Greek mythology, so yeah, we could do a whole deep dive.
but I wanted to write erotica. Like I wanted to write about sex and intimacy and romance and love, all the things I wasn't getting in that grade.
Let's hope, because
Yeah, so that's how Lady Siren was born, and I've been Lady Siren since then.
Oh wow!
Nice.
So like Lady Siren has always been present. I feel like as a writer, but like when did the performance like? Because I feel like your performance is just really like, I don't know. You prepare.
I tell people this all the time when people are like, "Oh, like what do you do? How do you practice? Whatever." First of all, shout out to Mrs. Shope, my communications 101 teacher.
All right.
Okay. Which we also got introduced to that in the 9th grade because we had to literally, learn like speech techniques and how to, present to a crowd and all of those things. So, eye contact, taking out filter words, which, unfortunately, I still say a lot of ums and and all of that. Yeah. But those are things that actually that foundation was laid in high school. So, I took my first creative writing course was like in 2007 or something like that. And I was like, wow, like I really want to focus. Like I thought I was going to be a published author long ago, all this stuff. So honestly, I feel like right now I'm talking with my hands. This is how I perform. Literally, my hands be doing all of this. I be having to make sure like I'm like, stop, like don't do too much. But I find that being present and intentional with the message that I'm trying to get across really does help with that. It's not choreographed. I don't be like, okay, I'm gonna do this on this word. I'll literally spit it to myself for myself. And sometimes the hands, the motions that naturally come about, I'll just keep because I'm like, that's just what naturally happens. So I don't have to think about it because when I go to spit it again, it's going to naturally happen. Yeah. So I find like if you find something that works for you, and helps you feel comfortable on stage, it makes you feel authentic to the I don't want to say brand, but to the brand, to, with the platform you're trying to build for yourself, then you just hone in on that. Like you literally focus on that. You sit in there, you don't try to look like nobody else. You don't try to, sound like anybody else. I just really want to amplify who I am naturally. As if we were just sitting here without any cameras or microphones, I would be talking to y'all like this.
Yeah. No, that's awesome because like, I feel like a lot of poets will put on like a persona, and it's not really them. And I get it; it's for performance and stuff. But there's something about like the authentic poets, and I feel like you're definitely an authentic poet. Like I always feel that like there's certain pieces you have, like the one you did the video of recently. With the abortion piece.
Pro voice. Pro voice was definitely something very near and dear to my heart. Just, the way that I feel like, our rights is, of course, many different groups, but I'm a Black woman. So unfortunately, I have to speak from the perspective of a Black woman. Yeah. That does not mean I cannot ally myself with other people's,
journeys.
Right, exactly. You know what I mean? Like I can be active in other spaces, but as far as what I'm going to focus on and where I'm speaking from, like, I'm going to speak to you as a Black woman. So Pro Voice was definitely like one of those in your face, released on the anniversary of the overturning of Roe v. Wade. So it was like, a really big thing. That was my first poetry visual as well. Y'all can check that out on YouTube. Yes, YouTube Lady Siren.
Yeah, no, I love how like you do different things. You host that Poetry John with Yogi John.
Yep, shout out to my co-host.
Yeah. and then you also will come out with these visuals, and then you also just recently came out with your book, Crown and Melanin.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so Crown and Melanin was a concept for about almost 3 years now. And at this point, I knew exactly what the logo was going to look like. I knew like the shades, the crown, everything. Like I had it pictured in my mind.